So I just want to talk about natural links and anchor text. So start with anchor text. My main piece of advice is do not get too caught up on anchor text. Don't try and play the game. Don't try and stuff anchor text in where they don't make sense. Um, Definitely examine the top ranking competitors for that particular set of keywords or page to get a feel for how people are linking to them naturally. Um, the easiest way to overcome all of this when it comes to getting a natural link and getting a feel of the context for a link is to ensure that the surroundings text makes perfect sense when you're reading. Um, so basically, Google filled a patent way back in 2004 about ranking based on reference context, and I think this is something which is more important because, and this is a fantastic guide actually from Ahrefs, where anchor text used to be really easily manipulated, and in 2012 that all changed. Google seriously clamped down on people manipulating anchor text, and if you're seen with a high proportion of exact match anchor text now, you'll just get penalized. You'll get devalued. However, anchor text and usually partial match anchor text do still give Google some indications as to what the page is about, but just as important is the surrounding text. So you can see this on Ahrefs. If you're reading an article and you see the surrounding text is about the topic, even if the anchor text isn't, the anchor text keyword is just like click here, but the surrounding text is check out this link building agency, click here to visit their website, then Google is still intelligent enough to realize that the site is a link building agency. That's what it's about. So surrounding text is extremely important, especially when you're writing guest posts. It's incredibly important. It's something that people do get wrong as well when it comes to writing guest posts. They just kind of stuff the link in, and it doesn't really make sense to any English speaking reader when they read through. It's like, well, why is this link suddenly here? It doesn't help me. So yeah, don't get caught up. Ahrefs studied a correlation between tons of different types of anchor text. They found very little correlation between the types of anchor text you use and your rankings, and they checked every single anchor text type. So it is difficult, but I would just say look in your own specific industry, the pages that are ranking against you, but stay on the safe side. Just use branded anchor text and just use natural anchor text as well, and look at the top ranking pages. So, for example, if you Google Python course, this page on Coursera.org is number one, and there's like 145 domains linking to it. Look at all the anchor text for this page. That's branded Coursera, even though it's a page about Python. Python courses, Coursera. Coursera, branded, Python courses. So that's an exact match one there. So, that might be like one out of the 145 links, which is totally fine. Coursera, Python. So a lot of them are either branded or like partial match. So they'll include the brand and then part of the keyword. Yeah, look at them all. It's even a lot just using the URL as well. So you can clearly see like a lot of people are just linking to the URL. Maybe that's because they're on a forum and they're just, it's way easier on a forum just to link to the URL. So you do have to look at your competitors and see how they're getting links. A lot of these are probably being shared across forums, in which case, yeah, like it makes sense to add a URL link as well. So yeah, just definitely look at competitors and get a feel for their context. That's the absolute best way to do it. I mean, we can type in anything else like, let's think of an example, project management tools. So I was looking at this one earlier. This is one where actually it's probably going to make sense to have more exact match pages. So this is a tool. This is a page which shows the 40 best project management tools. You're not going to really have you're probably not going to have much of a branded anchor. You're not going to, if someone's referring to this page, they're not going to be saying Scoro.com, because they're not recommending Scoro as a brand. They're recommending a list that Scoro has, which shows all these different project management tools. So in this case, having a slightly more keyword focused anchor text actually makes sense. So there's no hard and fast rule for every single project. It just depends on what the page is. If someone is recommending your company, so that your actual product, then it's going to be very rare that they use an exact match anchor text. So if I was linking to Scoro, I was saying Scoro is the best thing ever. You guys need to, you guys need to come and check out their software. I'm never going to write in a anchor text, like best project management software. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to write check out Scoro. It's amazing. So like that's just an obvious sign of when you would use a more keyword rich anchor text versus when you would just use like a branded anchor text. But again, it just completely depends on the context of the page and the keywords that you're getting links from. Just going to show you a couple of examples of like bad versus slightly better keyword text. So these are links that I found going to William Hill, which is a huge online casino, mainly based in the UK. So here's an article all about Marvel's films. So it's just about superheroes and Marvels. And you can see that a link that goes to their site here, online casino. So it's Marvel's made a big splash in iGaming. The Hulk, Thor, Spider-Man have all lent their licensed images to video slots. Similar heroics and villainy can be found at the online casino, with DC Comics' most popular characters too. Like, that just seems very, very stuffed in there to me. I just don't think that's good. It's not natural at all. It doesn't make sense. It would make sense maybe if you said you can play Marvel slots at William Hill Casino. That would make sense. So a branded anchor in that case to me would make sense. You could still have the word casino in there, or even William Hill Online Casino. Here's another one from, again, going to William Hill. So this is slightly better. A leader in the industry is William Hill, who has an online casino in Canada. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Is this a Canadian website though? I don't think it is. There's no context of Canada before here, so why do we care if it's an online casino in Canada? Again, it would be better if the link was just on William Hill. That would make more sense to the user and to Google. And this is the kind of thing that Google might pick up on. This one isn't so overtly bad that it's like a huge red flag, but it still doesn't seem like a natural link, really. And then this one again is a little bit better. I think this is a branded anchor link to casino. To William Hill to casino. Similarly, these days, many people choose to enjoy this hobby via iGaming sites such as William Hill Online Casino. Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit better. Definitely makes more sense. You're recommending a particular casino that you'd want to use. So I think that's the best of the bunch as far as those links to William Hill Casino go. And then I'll just show you another random example of like a really bad context, I think. So this is just a article on Meldium. First of all, there's no outbound links to any other sources rather than this one link, which is recurring billing software. That's clearly an exact match anchor text. Anyone who knows about SEO can see that immediately from reading this page. So that's just a massive red flag. Also, they've mentioned the brand name here. So 99 people out of 100 are just going to link to the brand name. Certainly, they wouldn't link to an exact match anchor text. So the context of this is actually good. If you issue recurring invoices frequently for your customers, then recurring billing software like Reliabills is one of the best softwares available in the market. Again, if they just changed the anchor text from this to this, then it would seem much more natural. So that's an instance where the exact match anchor text has just been stuffed in for the sake of it. So yeah, it's really important again to consider the surrounding text as well, and also just look at who's ranking your space. Just plug the top ranking page into Ahrefs, see how people are linking to them, and remember that. So first of all, yeah, just err on the side of caution, stay varied and natural. And remember that people link differently depending on if it's a commercial page or an informational page. So I've already showed you some examples about that. Let's type in like, I don't know, cybersecurity statistics. Okay, so this is the number 1 ranking page. Let's see how people actually link to this page. So 189 links. So if it's an informational page, quite often what will happen is the anchor text will actually include one of the pieces of information which are on that page, especially if it's a data rich page. So you can see here, all the anchor text, it's either branded or it has like a percentage. So you can see the vast majority of cyber attacks, 98% deploy social engineering methods. Here's another 79% of universities have had their reputation damaged. Um, yeah, it goes on and on, but all of the anchor text actually includes some piece of information which is listed on the page that they're referencing, which makes absolutely perfect sense. Um, if people are researching data, they want to cite their source. So this is just an example of citing a source. Um, so that's really important for informational pages. Anchor text often cites a source rather than just a recommendation. So you're citing a source that you've used as part of your research. So again, just take it on a case by case basis. If it's an informational page, look who's ranking number one for that informational type keyword, and see how their links are put together and what the surrounding text is as well. So just a few tips on how to start thinking about links, especially when we're doing guest post style links and we're controlling the anchor text and the surrounding text. For white hat methods where it's just purely outreach based, you don't have to worry about this. This is something which the webmaster you're contacting is going to take care of for you. They're going to place a link in the most natural way that they see fit. But where we're controlling the context of a link, this is really, really important.